Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. The current session focuses on scope of research in sociolinguistics. I hope and expect by the end of this session, you will have an understanding of how wide is the scope of research in the area of sociolinguistics. Well, my dear students, it would be a good idea to explore at the outset of the session why, after all, to do research in sociolinguistics. To find out the reasons or to explore the reasons why to do research in sociolinguistics, we need to connect it to the idea of scope of research in sociolinguistics, because it would generate the reasons why, after all, sociolinguistics as an area of research. Well, my dear students, when it comes to the scope of research in sociolinguistics, the scope is very wide. It is very, very immense. It is also multidisciplinary. It connects with so many other disciplines. It connects with so many other areas of study that, it can be linked to almost any discipline because, the fact remains language is used in the context of the society. To understand language and how it is used, you need to connect it to the society. And because sociolinguistics is the study of the connection of society and language, so, whether we are looking at aspects A or B or C of, different studies of language or different studies of society, somehow sociolinguistics comes in. The multidisciplinary nature of sociolinguistics becomes clear from the idea that sociology, anthropology, geography, history, historical linguistics, pragmatics, discourse analysis, they all, they can be connected to sociolinguistics. Some of them, fall under sociolinguistics, under the broader umbrella of sociolinguistics. Some are interconnected with sociolinguistics. So, when you are doing research in any of these areas, it would involve some sociolinguistic aspects of research. Thus, the scope, is broadened. The scope of research in sociolinguistics also encompasses multiple cultures and multiple social backdrops and backgrounds. Because language is used in cultural context, and there are various cultures and subcultures and societies and speech communities and groups of people based on ethnicity, age, gender, profession, etc. So, this multiplicity of culture adds to the scope of studies under sociolinguistics, which adds, of course, to the possibilities of research in all these areas. You can make any kinds of combinations of language and people and culture to do research. Well, my dear students, as I've already said, sociolinguistics, it relates to, a lot of disciplines. It also relates to most up-to-date and the most rapidly advancing areas of research, including language and identity and gender issues that are of major concern in today's world, from the social, ideological, and from the political perspectives. Individuals as researchers and governments and states as, as bodies, they are interested in research in the areas of language and gender, language and identity, language and ideology, language and media kind of, areas, because they provide insights into the sociolinguistic behaviors of people. So, this adds to the scope of sociolinguistics in today's world. Well, my dear students, when it comes to research in sociolinguistics, combined with other disciplines, it offers, a kind of enhanced engagement through the inclusion of thought-provoking questions and perspectives on various other aspects of human life. So, for example, professions of people, their leadership qualities and roles, etc., in terms of how do they use language in particular kind of social and cultural contexts to exert power, to exhibit their leadership, etc. These kind of combinations in research in sociolinguistics, they add pertinent questions and the desire to find answers to these pertinent questions, which broadens the scope of sociolinguistics as an area of research. So, significant areas of research in sociolinguistics would include, both the vertical and the horizontal, expansion of sociolinguistics to other disciplines. Over time, sociolinguistics has developed dialectological, based on different dialects, the studies of the different dialects as core interest, and research area is expanded to, especially from 1960 onwards, there is an expansion after the works of Lebov in the areas of dialects. When it comes to social sciences, rigorous awareness of the principles underlying exploration and expansion led to a highly developed critical theory, which sociolinguistics also has drawn upon. So, this has further added to scope of research by relating, sociolinguistics to other areas of interest. What this has led to, this has resulted in macro sociolinguistic work in the consequences for language for globalization, the language of multinational economy, language of national and international politics, language of ideology, and language of education. So, I hope through all this discussion, you have an idea that sociolinguistics becomes more like an umbrella term that connects with and that brings under it a lot of other disciplines, and thus the scope in sociolinguistics for research is very, very broad.